Hello, all you beautiful friendlies. Welcome to boondocking Tennessee style. I am at Citico Creek in Cherokee National Forest, where I... boondocking that I'm used to on the west, and I've alluded to this in other videos, that I'm gonna have to get used to a new style of boondocking, and that is that so far on the East Coast, pretty much what I have noticed is that dispersed camping is allowed, but only in designated sites, and it's just basic supply and demand, and there's a little supply, a lot of demand, and that means they have to regulate it more in order to sustain it for all of us and for future generations. And I'm even seeing here overuse, people not taking proper care of it. I went wood gathering in the woods up there and picked up some sticks that had human poop on it. I mean, really, people? I say this in too many videos. Clean up after yourselves, bury your poop, learn leave no trace ethics. If you don't know what that is, look it up, and don't leave your poop. I've seen piles, literally. I stopped along the way to look at to walk down to a creek, and there was a pile of human poop and toilet paper right like 2 feet away from the creek. It was disgusting. There's not as much national forest here, and there are a lot of people who want to use it. So there have to be regulations, and that means here camping only in dispersed areas. I'm right next to a gravel road. This road is getting a fair amount of traffic. I think Friday night, Thursday night, I heard traffic pretty much all night long. I mean, we're talking a couple cars, but it's just more than I'm used to in some of the areas in the West where I could literally go, and I did go last year in Oregon for 2 weeks without seeing another soul unless I went into town. And like I've said, I'm just having to get used to boondocking in a different way, and I'm acclimating. It's not horrible. It's actually kind of comforting knowing there are other campers around, and I'm getting used to it. But I don't have the solitude I'm used to, and that's okay. Down the road a couple miles, there are nice campsites on the creek, literally on the creek, and they're really big. But I'm learning also here that just because you're in a designated campsite doesn't mean it's yours. You might have to share it, and it looks like there are multiple groups in some of the campsites down there. So I found this one, which is off the creek. It's out of the way, and there's no room for anybody else. And, you know, I like my privacy. I like to be alone, and I've had nobody here. I even have my own private swimming hole. Only one time yesterday morning, a truck came across the road here, parked right there, and went down and tried to fish for maybe 5 minutes and then left. And other than that, it's just been people passing by. But I've had this whole place to myself. And last night, boy, I am literally leaving with a bang. We had one hell of a storm last night, and the creek that I've been swimming in is swollen and moving really fast. And boy, it really came down last night. And there are some flash flood warning signs up here, and so I was thinking about that as I laid there listening to the rain pouring down, but I knew it would take a lot more than a couple hours of rain for the flood to come up here. I'm pretty high up. And so I've got my own private up there. Up there is a campsite, and I've got my own private little campsite up there in addition to my parking area here. And it's really been nice. The weather hasn't been too bad. It's been probably mid, I don't know, maybe 80s. One day it got up to, the hottest day it was supposed to be was like 95 degrees. And it hasn't been too bad. I mean, it's humid. I sweat a lot, but I'm kind of getting used to it. And the nice thing about having my own private swimming hole is I've literally been swimming 2 or 3 times a day. And that really cools me off for a good hour at least with my head wet and everything. So this has been a really nice boondocking spot. I found it on freecampsites.net. It's really, 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 really remote. I had to drive miles and miles on very windy, very steep mountain roads to get here. I have no cell signal whatsoever. Oh! I forgot to tell you the best part. I saw a bobcat. I think it was it was the craziest thing. Look, I was sitting right there reading one day. Capone, last I had seen him, was just laying over there next to me. Literally, I'm sitting right here, and right here, what is that? 20 feet away, I see something move. And at first, I thought it was just a regular stray cat. And then I realized, because, you know, bobcats are pretty small. And then he was a surprise to see me as I was him. The first thing I did is yell, Capone! I had no idea where Capone was. I mean, he does that. He'll just be laying there, and then he'll just get up and disappear. So I'm yelling, Capone! And as soon as I yelled, the cat just ran into the woods like crazy. Oh my God, it was beautiful. It was a dark brown color. It seemed to be all one color, and I don't have internet here, so I can't look up what's out here. But judging by the size, because it was so small, I would say it was a bobcat. I've seen bobcats hiking on trails in California, and they're more spotted and lighter colored, but this was a beautiful dark brown, almost auburn. Oh my gosh, it was absolutely beautiful. And I watched it just dart into the woods. It didn't have Capone in its mouth. So I figured Capone was somewhere. I thought maybe Capone had chased it over here. And I'm yelling, Capone! Capone! And I finally see him. He likes it up there. Where is that sign? He'll just go up there. Actually, that's where he poops. And he just came wandering down, sauntering. Hey, Mom, what's up? Didn't see a thing. Bobcat's not going to bother him. I'm not worried about a bobcat at all. But, you know, a bigger cat, mountain lion or cougar, yeah, I would be worried about that. And there's probably bears out here, but still, I'm not going to leave them on a leash. I did the video about living with a dog. I'm not going to leave him on a leash 24/7. I believe in letting my dog live a free doggy life and be as safe as I can be without chaining him, you know, without keeping him imprisoned. Right, bud? Say hi. Look at. So here I am. I don't even know what town I'm in. Somewhere in Tennessee, but I'm just about 5 miles maybe. Cityco. That's the town. You see it up there. About 5 miles from camp, where I have no cell signal at all. Can't even make a phone call. And I came up here looking for a cell signal, and I have a couple bars of 4G. It's probably not very fast, but I can get my phone calls done and a little bit of work. It's a pretty little town in the hills. Oh, I love this. Oh, it's just bringing back so many memories of being a kid in upstate New York and how I lived. And so I'm going to work here for a little while, and then I'm going to go back to camp and stay unplugged, hopefully for 4 days, and get some much needed mental health R&R. Hi, pretty. Want to go swimming? So this is what off the grid looks like. No internet, but making lots of movies. It's just like having a friend with me. My camera is just a friend that I get to show all this to, and you guys are an extension of that. You're my besties out there. Coming along with me through my camera. Want to say hi? Want to say hi to YouTube? What do you think? He's been keeping an eye on me. There's some forest people working up the road on the bridge. That's what he's looking at. They're making noise. Huh, bud? too hot and humid to be inside. And it's actually not that buggy right now. But I have cardboard to burn, so a nice night for a fire. Capone won't come outside. He doesn't like fire. He's pooped. We swam today. We went for a couple of walks. Nice end to a nice day. I've only been here 5 days. Looks pretty lived in, doesn't it? My generator, because my onboard generator doesn't work, so I'm testing this for Bob. Getting ready to pack up, so it's kind of a mess. Because, well, I am packing up. But check out my camp. Look at this. Like I said, I'm breaking down, so my screen tent has been up. I'm leaving tomorrow morning, so I'm taking it down. But this was awesome up here. Spent a lot of time up here, reading, working. Bring my laptop up here and work in the screen room, away from the bugs that are now in my eyes. I had a fire one night. Okay, so I'm gonna get packed up. It's still a little cloudy, and I think the last time I saw the weather, it's been several days, I did see a couple days in a row of rain, and because the roads are so steep and windy, I do want to get out of here before any heavy rain hits. It's been a wonderful time here in Cherokee National Forest at Citico Creek in campsite number 7, and I'll see you all down the road. In the meantime, remember to be happy, be free, and be kind.